Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to Fifi and Gigi's Tarot reading. Thank you very much, Scorpio, for joining me. Hope you're all doing absolutely amazing. So, for today's tarot reading, Scorpio, we are exploring no contact update, though. So we're going to get an update with the whole no communication situation. So what's really going on? So, Scorpio, we're going to be looking in this spread here, the current energies between you and your person, and the whole contact thing, their feelings, intentions, and potential future developments. So let's get started, Scorpio. Let's get straight into it. Just quickly clearing the cards. This is the Tarot of Owls. If you do wish to purchase any of our tarot deck, that's also down below in the description box, Scorpio. So the energy behind the deck, we have the Fool. Aries energy. It's telling us to go for it. Yeah. Important decision needs to be made. It's telling us to do it regardless. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Surprise message also. Okay. Let's take a look at our cards. So Scorpio, we're going to be looking at first your current energy. Where are you emotionally, mentally regarding this situation, this person? Excellent. We have the Strength card. Leo energy. What do we know about the Strength card? It's not a vain card. Not at all. If anything, if we look at it clearly, it's not about controlling the lion. It's about taming the lion. As a metaphor, so what does that mean? It means that we do need to tame certain negative thoughts that we may have about ourselves. We may have certain beliefs that are just not serving us, Scorpio. The Strength card is telling us to approach the situation with courage also, but with strength in a very nurturing way. So it's very important that we do nurture ourselves. What we eat, how we sleep, how we think. We need to nurture ourselves. And I feel that there's a part of you, Scorpio, that has still a desire to have the strength and the courage to still communicate with your person, to be able to fix the issues, to be able to resolve any of the challenges. So you are thinking of your person, even this entire situation, from a more nurturing sort of way. You know, you want to be able to approach the situation, but with care and sensitivity. Let's look at your person, their current energy. What are their thoughts and feelings towards you? The connection right now, what is it? Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is decision making. So your person they're a little bit up in the air. They don't know how they're thinking, how they're feeling. There's a bit of confusion, ambiguity here. They're finding it very difficult to decide what to do next. I'm not surprised to see a card like this with the Two of Pentacles, especially when we do encounter no contact situation. They don't know, should I contact Scorpio? Should I wait for them? There's a lot of I don't know here with the Two of Pentacles. Decision making, very, very difficult. What do they wish they could have said to you, though? Oh, Five of Pentacles. So I feel, though, Scorpio, that they're feeling very sorry for the hurt that they have caused, the separation. I feel like they know that they have caused that, and I feel like perhaps it was your person that caused all this trouble, all these challenges, the no contact. I feel like during this moment of no contact, that there's certain things that they want to say to you. What's coming to me more in certain messages is an apology. I feel like they just want to apologize and say, hey, I'm sorry. But to say, I'm sorry, takes a lot of strength, takes a lot of courage for someone to say, I am sorry. Not many people do that. We see it in everyday life. People don't say, I'm sorry. But this is something that they want to say, that they wish they could say to you right now. The thing is, Scorpio, they don't know how you're thinking and feeling too. So yes, there's a little bit of fear happening too at the moment, the fear of the unknown. The Star, Aquarius energy. So the reason why there's still no contact is I feel like there's lost hope. I feel that with the Star, we cannot lose sight of this connection. I think there's still hope for this connection. I feel like there is still hope for this situation to still work out. But I'm feeling here that maybe your person is not feeling that. I feel like they may be thinking, this is over, this is done, we're through. When we cannot lose sight of what's in front of us. We shouldn't lose hope. And I feel like perhaps your person has lost hope, though. Queen of Pentacles. So it's very important for your person to stay grounded, to look at the reality also. When we look at the reality on its own, it's not that bad. Your person needs to come from a place where they need to look at the reality, not imagine what could happen. They need to look at the reality because the Queen of Pentacles stays very grounded. She looks at the reality and doesn't lose sight of the reality here. So usually the Queen of Pentacles is someone that's married, may have children. So your person, you, even Scorpio, you may be married to this person, just going through a rough time. That's all it is. This card is advice for you, Scorpio. We have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man shows everything's up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen next. It almost feels like we're not moving forward nor backwards. So the Hanged Man is kind of like pushing us to do things differently, think differently, do things out of the norm. It's about adapting. It's about sacrificing. It's about doing things a lot differently. So this is just a blueprint though, Scorpio, as you can see. We're just seeing a general idea of this tarot reading with a no contact update. However, though, we are going to clarify. We're going to understand the situation even further. We need to understand more further in depth. So I notice that this is telling you, Scorpio, to take a leap of faith. So let's find out. Let's understand the situation even further. What else does Scorpio need to know regarding this connection? Oh, this card's jumped out. What do we have? The Devil here. So the Devil is our shadow selves. Be careful not to, in other words, not to overdo things too much. Make sure you get plenty of sleep, that you're eating well, that you're staying away from foods that are inflammation, alcohol too. You know, try not to let the situation overwhelm you too much. That's Capricorn energy too. Okay, what else does Scorpio need to know regarding the situation, please? The Strength card, yeah. Three of Swords. So you're, Scorpio, you're using the Strength card to help you heal from broken heart. You know, there has been heartbreak. This card definitely speaks volume. There may have been a third-party intrusion, for example. Someone or something, doesn't always necessarily have to be an affair, but because there has been heartbreak, you have been using the Strength card to help you heal. Even if it's, you know, in other words, allowing yourself to relax a little bit, going out, having some time to yourself, that's all part of the healing process. So heartbreak is healed through the Strength card. And even though there is heartbreak, there's still a part of you, Scorpio. It's like there's a part of you is like, what happens now? You know, you're coming from a place of understanding. You're being diplomatic. You're trying to understand your person. You're trying to understand yourself also. The Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Five of Swords. See, again, this is a very catty energy. It's toxic energy. This is my way or the highway. The Five of Swords. What are we looking at? We've got someone here that's taking all the swords and leaving nothing for the other people in the background. So, Scorpio, you may be dealing with someone here that may have been a little bit selfish, arrogant, not really listening or allowing your thoughts and ideas. If anything, I feel like your thoughts and ideas were very quickly disregarded. You know, in other words, a little bit disrespected, you know. So your person knows that. And it's almost with the Two of Pentacles, it's like this person, was I really that harsh? Did I really say that? Did it come out that way? With the Two of Pentacles, they're like, in other words, trying to analyze their own behavior. They need to keep their positive thoughts though elevated, because they're going to a negative space here at the moment. Yeah, they wish they could apologize. They wish they could explain themselves. They wish they just had this moment to really say their side of the story. I feel like they do owe you that, Scorpio. I feel like they need to, I feel like they want to tell you their side of the story. And I almost feel like, is it too late? Is this everything too much in the air, especially with the Hanged Man? Something needs to be done here, because I feel like everything between you and your person's up in the air. So they do wish they could come to you right now and just explain themselves. The Star, also with the Two of Swords. So what's happening here? Why there's still no contact here? I feel that your person is afraid, Scorpio, what you may say to them. Because if you look at the Two of Swords, this is the energy when someone doesn't want to hear it. There's analysis paralysis. They're afraid of facing something. They're afraid of discussing something. And they're just kind of like maybe hoping that you're not going to bring that up with the Star. It's like, please don't bring that up. Please don't bring that up. It needs to be discussed. They need to face it. They need to face. Why did they cause the Three of Swords? So they need to face something here. As much as uncomfortable it may seem, they still need to face it and explain themselves. The Queen of Pentacles. What is it that they want? They want the Ace of Pentacles. So your person wants to, in other words, be able to fix this and move past it. That's what they want. They want forgiveness. They want to be able to let go of the past. And the thing is, they're ready. They definitely want to move forward with you, Scorpio. But the thing is, Scorpio, it's going to lie on you in the sense, what do you want, Scorpio? Because you've got the Hanged Man. Let's have a look. I think you want the same thing also, Scorpio. You want to be able to also move forward with your person. This does explain why you have the Fool. Take that leap of faith. Go for it. Now is the time to make that decision and follow your heart and take action. So Scorpio, if I had to wrap all of this up, if you wanted to take action and talk to your person, you know, let's be transparent. Let's put everything on the table and discuss everything you can. Because you have the Ace of Cups. You also have the Two of Wands. It's when this is an action card, when you make that decision, but you also take action. So you can do that. Absolutely. Your person is definitely sorry for causing the rejection, for causing the heartbreak, but they're a little bit afraid of facing what has happened. I feel that it's like they're really, really hoping that you're not going to bring it up, but it needs to be discussed. It doesn't matter how uncomfortable it is, it needs to be talked about. And of course, Scorpio, if this feels right for you and you get some sort of transparency with your person, well, what do we get? We get the Wheel of Fortune. So finally, things start to turn in our favor. The Wheel of Fortune, so from being at the bottom, we start being on top. So things start to move. So think of fortune as divine timing. Everything has to fall into place. You cannot force this. It needs to happen on its own. Even if you were to contact your person They will respond when they are ready, when they feel. But everything is all about divine timing. Even if you want to contact your person, Scorpio, but you're not feeling it right now, you have to do it when you feel comfortable to contact your person. And like I said, divine timing makes everything fall into place here. But I can see already with your person, they want to move on from the past. I feel you want to do the same too, Scorpio. So it is safe to talk. It is safe to try and come to a resolution with the heartbreak here, because they know that they've caused this. So Scorpio, this is your reading for the no contact update. I hope this reading has given you some sort of guidance and clarity. Thank you very much, Scorpio, for joining me. Have an amazing day and power to you. Bye for now.